Hi ladies, this is Ashley, the creator of Irresistible Dating Method, giving you the dating and relationship advice that you want. Now, I want to create a new series video on dating etiquettes because I think a lot of women don't understand how important it is to know how to date properly and how the nuances in dating and your behaviors really can make or break whether a guy will want to see you again. So the dating phase of a relationship is very different to the relationship phase of a relationship. So if you don't understand that there are certain things that you can do to make yourself look more appealing to a guy and other things that would put a guy off, then you may potentially be scaring good guys away unintentionally. So I want to show you that when you're dating, so this is between the first and 10th date, you should really be on your best behavior and really be mindful of how your actions are coming across, because this will really predict whether a guy will keep coming back or he's going to lose interest very quickly. In this video, I'm going to be covering a hot topic, which is paying etiquettes. You know, who is meant to pay? Some women believe they should pay, they shouldn't expect a guy to always pay for them, and other women expect a man to pay because that's a sign that he's a gentleman, and some women won't even go out with a guy again if he doesn't offer to pay. As women, I believe the most attractive you can be to a man is if you can be strong and soft at the same time. So you want to have both of these contrasting qualities if you want to have the most influence and power over a man, because men don't just want a strong, independent woman. That's not necessarily super attractive to them, but at the same time, they also don't want a helpless victim girl who's always mushy and emotional. You know, that's not quite what they're after either. So you want to have a balance of both strong and soft. So here's how you do that. In the Western culture, and certainly in the Asian culture, women expect men to pay. I think the general consensus is that men are expected to pay. Now, if you're a lady who go against this, and you not go against this, but you like the idea, you want to pay your half, you want to show him you're an independent woman, you don't expect him to pay for you, that's fine too. But I will just say that this advice will help you, but also help him as well, because like I said, it's not just about you being a strong independent woman. You also want to show him your soft feminine side too, the side that guys will naturally be drawn to want to look after you and find that side very attractive as well. So here's how you do it. On the first date, this is especially on the first date, when you go up to the cashier and you're both expecting to pay, you want to, like I said, make sure you do pull your wallet out and look like you're going to pay your half. So you're going to start taking your money out and that kind of thing. Now, him being a gentleman, hopefully he's a gentleman and he's not clueless, he should see the act of you pulling your wallet out and expecting to pay and then say, no, what are you doing? I'll get this one. He should still pay for both of you as a gentleman. Now, if he doesn't, I would say either he's a little clueless because he doesn't understand dating etiquette, or he doesn't like you very much and he doesn't plan to see you again, or he has some other negative experiences in the past that makes him against paying for a woman. Either way, in the long run, if he has that kind of mentality of splitting 50-50, it's not looking good. And I'll explain why later on, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the money part of it, but I'll cover that later. Now we're going to step it up a notch. So say you've been on a couple of dates already, and say this is the third date. So the first couple of dates, he has already paid for both of you. As a gentleman, if all goes well, and 90% of the cases, the guy should pay for you. On the third date, you're going to do something that's going to blow his mind, okay? So before you even both get up to pay, you're going to turn to him and look at him and say, I'm going to get this one this time. Okay, that's all you're going to say. Just point blank, you're going to get this one this time. And it's very important you say it to him, your intentions to pay for both you and him. Some women have done this, but done it in a very behind his back way. So meaning they may have waited when he was in the bathroom and then paid for both of them. Or maybe she had some deal where she already prepaid the date and then, paid for both of them already. In either case, I don't recommend you do that, because when you do it behind a guy's back like that, you're taking away his chance to react. And it's important that a guy has a chance to react to your kind gesture, because some guys will still want to fight you and still want to pay for you because they like that feeling of knowing that you're independent, you can pay for yourself, but he still wants to look after you. And that's a really, really good quality to have in a guy. But other guys will just let you have it, and that's fine too. It's totally fine if he lets you pay for both of you. He may just be grateful that you're doing it because he's already done it the first couple of times. That's fine too. Either way though, once again, remember, you're doing this tactfully. You need to do it in front of him, and you're going to say it to him first. What if a guy always splits 50-50? If I've been seeing a guy a couple of times and he always wants to split 50-50, I'll probably start putting crosses next to him, because I think that, to me, it's a bit off-putting. It's not so much the fact that I need to pay my half. It's the fact that as a guy, women are attracted to guys who are generous, okay? So a guy who wants to share his resources with us. And this is more so the case if you want to have kids, his kids, if you want to be able to look after the house and his kids and raise his kids, and you don't have the chance to work anymore, he will have to then step up and take care of you by going to work, providing you the money and all that kind of thing. And it's not a bad thing. I think, in my opinion, in a proper relationship, there needs to be teamwork. So if he's not showing that kind of teamwork, if he's not saying he has the desire to want to take care of you in that way, then to me, it's a bit of a down. Also, in the dating phase, I just want to have fun. I don't want to be thinking about necessarily splitting everything 50-50 all the time. I think that really takes the joy out of dating and getting to know somebody. So I would prefer, he pays sometimes, I pay sometimes, and not thinking too much about it. At the end of the day, if you really like this guy and you see a long-term future with him, it's not going to really matter anyway, because his money will probably be your money and your money will probably be his money anyway in the long run, because at the end of the day, bills still need to be paid. If you're living together, it doesn't matter who is paying it, someone has to pay it, right? So that kind of teamwork needs to be in there. The other thing is, if you've been seeing a guy for a few months and you don't like the payment situation, or he's brought up something like he doesn't like the payment situation, then I highly recommend you talk about it. Everybody has their own opinion about what's right, what's wrong, okay? So I'm not saying if you expect to pay 50-50 all the time that's wrong, or if you expect him to pay all the time that's wrong. Everyone is different to what they expect it to be. All I'm saying in this video is that in the initial dating phase, the first couple of dates, when you don't know each other, when you have nothing to really go off, to put your best foot forward, you should have this, you should set up this kind of payment system, if you like, as just a nice way of repaying the guy, as a way of saying thank you, as a way of showing him that you appreciate his gestures, as well as giving him the chance to come back and look after you too, if that's the kind of person he is. And that's why these little simple acts will really show you and him what kind of personalities you are. When you have nothing else to really go off other than words, it's important that you look at the actions, because the actions ultimately show you what kind of person they are and also what kind of person you are to him. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions about this video or about dating and relationships, please leave me a comment, subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Message me there as well. And I'll see you in another video soon. I'll talk to you later.